good. You may see from this video, actually, let me just wait and make sure that the ads have gone and you can see me. So, good morning. You may see from here, oh, I'm buffering on mine. Let me just check that L is okay. I'm buffering on my laptop. Yeah. So you may see that I am at home today. It's school holiday week in Leeds this week. Well, I live in Bradford, but in Leeds and Bradford. And I am on auntie duties from this afternoon. So I am at home doing coffee and card because I'm going to pick up my niece Molly a little bit later. So there won't be a Facebook Live at 1:30, although I may do one a bit later with a little helper. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm on auntie duties and I'm looking forward to that because I've not done anything with her for such a long time because of COVID and the pandemic. Before she went to school, she's 8 now, before she started school, I used to have her every Friday. Those of you who followed me for some time will know that. So I'm really looking forward to being Auntie Julie this afternoon. So that should be fun. Right, I'm going to turn the camera around. And yeah, I'm at home today. Okay, let's see who is on. Hi, Liz. I don't know if you're still on, Liz. You were on early. And Wendy. Hi, Anne and Anne. Hi, Kay. Hi, Maria. Oh, you're in the car on the M62. Well, I hope it's not too breezy. It's the sun's out now, actually, but it was raining horribly about an hour ago. So I've got my lovely coffee. It's nice to be at home, actually, this morning and not rush over to HQ. But I had to make sure I remembered everything to bring with me. Right, let me just pop my hair back. Hang on. Let me just tie my hair back. Because it does get in my way. And I've just moved that camera and now it's not straight. Okay. So today is the last week of the daffodils. Hasn't this gone quick? I don't know if I need my lamp on. I'm just going to put my stamp set there and see if there's a glare on. No, that's all right. It's gone so quick. It's gone so quick, this one. And we start with the hedgehogs next week. I'm just expecting the last hedgehog stamp and punches to be delivered today, but my colleague will be looking out for those for me. So do give me a like this morning if you're watching. So yeah, next week we start the hedgehogs. Now, if you haven't ordered in time, don't worry. I'm still happy to order and you can take part. You just won't have your stuff in time for the first one next Tuesday, but you could catch up retrospectively. So I'll show you some of the hedgehoggy stuff at the end of the video. So yeah, so that starts next Tuesday for 5 weeks. And I have to say, next Tuesday, and I am going to be at home next Tuesday, actually, because we're having a new boiler fitted next week. I don't really want to leave the boiler man in the house all the time on his, on his own. So I'm going to stay at home. Could be a bit noisy, but let's see. So next Tuesday is actually, well, it's the 1st of March, but it's week 100 of me doing the coffee and cards. 100 weeks next Tuesday. So it's quite fitting that I started them at home during the first lockdown. So I'll be doing week 100 at home. So that's quite fitting, I do think, and very exciting. So the hedgehogs round, and it will be round 19. So round 20 is now open for bookings, which is the New Horizons. I will talk about that at the end. And I've already had 3 bookings for that one. I'm really looking forward to that one. I've got some cards designed for that already. And I've actually just added round 21, which is going to be the sailing boat one. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I've actually had a booking for that one. As you're loving this, you're loving, I think, that I've got my classes planned in advance. Anyway, today's card, I usually end with a fancy fold or something that takes a little bit longer. And And today I got this idea from a lovely lady from the US called Rachel Tessman. And I actually met Rachel, fun fact, and her mum on a Stampin' Up cruise in 2013. And I actually climbed up the Duns River Falls, waterfalls in Jamaica with Rachel and her mum. So that's a fun fact for you. So, yes, I hope she will. And, well, she's desperate to come over, Wendy, because we've not really done anything properly together for nearly 2 years. So inside, it's constructed mostly from paper, actually. Very easy to use. Rachel did this with the Eden's Garden, and I decided to use the daffodils. And I've adapted it for metric as well for our card size. And that was the first one I made. And then this is the one we're going to make with the old olive. However, I have changed the white to vanilla because there's vanilla in the back of the papers. So let me grab my card pack and go through what you should have in your card pack. You should have a piece of the pale papaya ribbon. And then you've got a piece of old olive. Now, if anyone's crafting along and doesn't have the stuff, it measures the size. It's just a single piece. It's not a card blank. It's just one single piece. And it measures 10.5 by 14.8. So it's the size of a standard card. Yep. So it's 10.5 by 14.8 centimetres. Okay. Then you have 2 identical sized old olive mats, and then these layers in very vanilla. Now I can't even remember the size of these. 6.5. Looks like by 10.3. Just make them a bit smaller than you think, and that's 11 by 7. So that should be 10.5. Yeah, it is. 6.5 by 10.5. And then 7 by 11. So it sits on there. 6.5. Oops. That's obviously in centimetres. Okay, so we'll work with our paper first, and I have to confess I have done mine because I needed to make sure that I knew what I was doing. So I have chosen to use this lovely piece of paper, and you see this part of it on the front. When you open it, you get the lovely checker design, but then we're going to do this fold back piece so you get some of the floral pattern on the inside. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to oh sorry, you've also got that die cut punched. Your pieces of paper are 12 by 12. I want you to cut it down so that it's 14.8. Have I done that right? No, sorry, 14.3. Yeah, it's 14.3. Okay, so that's the correct way up. It was obviously bigger than that. We're going to flip it and we're going to cut this at 14.3. Okay, now this piece, it is 12 by 12, but in centimetres it's 30.5, and we need this to be 30. So what I want you to do is put this in your trimmer and just come to the 0.5 centimetre here, the 0.5, and cut that off. I'm not going to cut it off because I've already cut mine down. Okay, so this piece of DSP ends up being 14.3 centimetres by 30 centimetres. Okay, the reason why it's 14.3 is because the green background is 14.8 and we shall get a nice little border around. Okay, so we've cut it down 14.3 by 30, and then what we're going to do, put your cutter away. Okay, put the cutter to one side, and we're going to score it at 10. Score it at 10, and then flip it and score at 10 again. I always do that rather than scoring at 10 and then 20 and having to open the arm. So what you've done is you've divided your 30 centimetre length or width into 3. So you've got 3 equal sections of 10 centimetres each. Yeah. So then we can fold one in like that, open it up and fold the other one in. Okay. Now what's going to happen is this one is going to sit, the one on the right is going to sit on the piece of old olive. Yep. And then this will fold over and the whole thing will fold over like that. But what we want to do is we want to cut this down. Now, I'll show you this one. We're going to cut it from the score line here, but I don't want to cut it right to the corner. I want about 1 inch leeway because I just like having that little step bit there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, this is our inside, and we want to cut from here. No, we don't. I'm telling you wrong. So this is our inside. We're going to flip it over. So it's this left-hand piece here, but now it becomes the right. We want to cut from this top bit here, but I'm not going to cut right down here. I'm going to cut about 1 inch up. I'm not going to measure it. So I'm going to twist this, pop that join on my tracker like that, and then just eyeball this so it looks like it's about 1 inch and then cut and get your cutter back out, and then you end up with that. Now I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that length there. Now you have got this, which you could then use for, do you remember we did that card where we had that? You could then use on another card. So you've got a little bit of leftover. We don't need that. So I made that probably sound far more complex than it was, and no one's commenting. So I've either baffled you all or you're all just mesmerised by it. Okay, so what we're going to do, just pretend this is a gift card. So that nice gift card is going to sit in there like that, or a lovely bit of cash could sit in there. Keep saying that, cash works, doesn't it? Okay, so we don't want any glue here, obviously, but we want a little bit of glue along here, and we also want a little bit here. Okay, so I have got my glues out, which I nearly did forget to do. So I'm going to run a little bit of glue along the bottom up to the, and then I'm going to run a little bit of glue up there like that. You can use tape, engrossed. It's great, Kay, for, I'm thinking it's a lovely Mother's Day one, or Easter instead of an egg, you know, giving some money or a gift voucher. Okay, so we end up with that. Yep, and that folds over, and we've got that there. So what we can do now is we can actually glue this onto our card base. And just make sure your score lines are properly scored and burnished. Oops. So that's going on there like that. Okay, and there we have it. There we have inside. All right, so we've got the main body of our design all done. All done. So should we do some stamping? So what I've done on the original one, I'm going to change it up a little bit because I always do. I think of ways. So on the front one, I have used the 3 daffodil one, and on the inside one, I've used a single daffodil. Little space there for a greeting. I'm going to use my grey ink pad because I've been finding when I made these, I stamped them in Memento black, and I found it to be a little bit harsh. So I have been using basic grey as an alternative. You do need a big block for this one. I recommend block E. The other one will fit on block D on an angle. Oh, wow. Cinema tickets. Oh, okay, could do all sorts. Oh, hi, Karen. Hope you're okay. We've had a lot of storms here. We did have some snow, actually. Now, I've just re-inked this, so I'm going to be extra careful of ink on the edges. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little practice. That's, oh, look, it looks quite nice on that paper bag. Right, everyone's going to be decorating those paper bags now. Now, that's got me thinking. So I'm only tapping lightly because I've just re-inked this ink pad. I remember to bring my re-inkers home. So I'm going to stamp. There's not much room. It's quite a tight fit here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's that one done. Now what I think I might do with this one, so there's a little bit more room for message. I might actually just have part of it in the corner. Like that. Yeah. The choice is yours, obviously, as always. Yeah, they're just eBay purchases, Wendy. Okie doke. I've finally got some new daffodil pens. They are back in stock now. They were out of stock. The ones that I've brought home from headquarters, these are, they were running out, but I'll keep going with them. I do have some at home though. I have the most popular colours at home in blends. So you've seen me do this for 4 weeks. I hope you've been practicing your colouring. I just use the lines on the image and use the dark daffodil pen, and I'm not particularly neat, and on the bottom of the trumpet and sort of around the fluffy bit. Okay, so I didn't spend too long on that. I've just zoomed in a little bit for you. And then I go over it with the light Daffodil Delight, and I press quite hard because I'm wanting to blend the ink. Especially where the edges of the dark. Oh, that wind's getting up again. So we've coloured these for 5 weeks now, so you'll be very practiced on these daffodils. Okay, so what I do is I like to go over again with a little bit of the dark. There we go. That will do. Oh, you're all... Oh, I've got 13 of you. Please do say hi. Don't be shy. Please say hi. So with the dark old olive, I just do a little bit of dark where the sort of daffodil petals or heads pop over the leaves, because you've got to think there could be some shadow there. So we apply a little bit of dark there, just a bit like that. And then I just go over with the light old olive. Again, I use the bullet end rather than the brush end, because I like to press on hard, really blend it in. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. It's 22/02/2022, so it's a palindrome is the date today. My date of birth is actually sort of a palindrome if you take the 19 off. So, you know, sometimes we just say the last two numbers. So mine's 3773, my date of birth. I know it's 0307, but yeah, 3773. Big 50 next year. Okay, so there we have that one. Okay, and then now I'm going to colour this one. There's not as much to do on this one, because it's just the one daffodil. Oh, I've used the wrong end. And obviously I've only partially stamped it. Oh, you're all very quiet this morning, girls. I don't like it when you're quiet. I don't like it when I look up and there's no comments, no chat, chit chat. Okay, do I want a little bit more colour on that? Maybe so. Oh, you're doing your crochet. Oh, I can't do crochet. I can do knitting. They are very easy to colour in, Anne. Very easy to colour in. Okay, there we go. So I am going to add these onto the old olive mats that we've got. I love that. Haha, bless you. Okay, I'm just reading about the 50 Club. Oh, Wendy, I couldn't get my thumbs and fingers to do the things they were supposed to be doing. Anyway, still a year to go, okay? I'm not 49 yet. Okay. Right, so that's done. Now, what I have done is I've punched it all a little tailored tag from the heart papers, and I'm going to stamp over the design with, I'm going to use basic grey. Now, hopefully you should still be able to see it okay with the pattern. Yeah, you can. I like doing that. It's just a bit more interesting than having it plain. Right, I can zoom back out now. And we can construct our card. So, we have this to go on the front. And we have this to go on the inside. So we'll do that first. Just, if you want to eyeball it to check that it's, you just look at those measurements, hold it like that, that will do. Now, before you glue it down, or I'm going to put foam pads on actually, we need to tie the ribbon round, okay? So I always turn it upside down. I'm going to use pale papaya, which you've got as well. You could colour this in with your do you remember last time I coloured it and it looked a bit yellow? So I'm not colouring it again. So I'm going to tie it upside down and I'm going to tie it over to the left so that when I turn it back round it's at the right. You always make sure you've got that knot in the middle, really small, and what you do is to do that, put your fingers in the loops like this and pull like a tug of war, and just keep doing that till you're happy with it, till it's nice and loopy like that, and then you never want to open it. So that's just tied around there. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, now it's up to you. If you, so a couple of things here. If you want to glue the image, what we've just stamped on, then it will hold the ribbon in place. Yeah. So when it's open, the ribbon will be stuck there, and when it's stood up, the ribbon will just sort of dangle, but it won't slip out. If you don't, and you sort of make a tunnel like I have here, the ribbon will move around, but it's fine, it will still be there if it's displayed, you know, on the fireplace. Okay, I'm going to pop mine up with foam pads because I just like the look of that. And what I'm going to do is going to put some in the corners like that, and then I'm going to put one nearer and one nearer there, and the ribbon will go through there. Just going to eyeball it and check that I've got it central. Looks okay to me. Slide that over. Get that like that, and then that is going to sit on there like that. Now you could layer that up with foam pads. If you'd glued your image down, you might want to layer that up with foam pads so you've got a bit more height and dimension. I'm going to stick this on because I've obviously layered up the image with foam pads. So that's going to go on there like that. And there I have, and I obviously don't want to open that now because I've tied my bow really nice. So there we have a lovely gift card holder. Thank you to Rachel Testman for that design. Brilliant. Rachel's is in inches. I've adapted ours for metric for our envelopes and everything. So it is now an A6 size. So that is the end of this round of coffee and card. And as always, I have brought home. I've brought home all the weeks of cards so we can look at them. I like to do a little line up. Oh, I use different ribbon on that one, that's why. So here we have the cards. Ta-da! And if you're looking out on my Facebook business page, I've got a lovely post going up this afternoon asking for you to vote on which of these was your favourite. So have a look out for that on my Facebook business page. Also, please have a look out for I have a Tuesday little challenge competition. I've got 2 prizes for 2 people. The instructions are on my Facebook page. Oh, thank you for your lovely comments. So, yeah, I've got lots going on my Facebook today. So, yeah, have a look out for that post this afternoon and let me know which is your favourite from this set. And so let me share with you what we'll be doing next week. So from next week, we will be using the hedgehogs. And we will be doing a thank you card. I'm not doing the love, but we're going to be using these products next week. So I really look forward to sharing some cards with you for 5 weeks using these products. And then after that, on the 5th of April, I start with the New Horizons coffee and card, which is the gorgeous scenic 6x6 papers. So I am really looking forward to that. As I said, I might do a Facebook Live, so keep your eyes peeled with Miss Molly. We'll see later on this afternoon. It will be a lot later than normal. Craig and I should be back. Well, I'll be back on Thursday. He's got a wedding gig on Thursday afternoon, but I think he should be back in time. So, all being well. So, yes, thank you for watching this morning. And I might see you on Facebook this afternoon, but if not, I'll see you Thursday night. I have a class on Saturday in the moment, and it's online, so if you want to watch my videos of that, I did a cactus class last week, and all those videos are online for the cactus class. So thank you for joining me this morning. Stay safe in the stormy weather, and I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.